Welcome friends, my name is Dan and today we'll talk about the find method. You will learn what is it for, how can you use it, and what are the key aspects you need to understand to use it properly. Also, if you stay around till the end, I'm gonna show you how to build your own find method so you know what's going on under the hood. But first of all, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and smash the like button. Let's go! As any other array method, the first thing we need to do is have an array. In this case, I have just a list of elements and each element is just a random Pokemon in this Pokédex. Also, as you may have guessed, the find method what will allow us is to find one element among a list of them. So, if we want to work with it, the first thing we need to do, as always, is just write the name of the list, in this case Pokédex, as you can see here, and then find. So find is expecting a predicate. A predicate is just a function that will return true or false. And the first time that this function returns true, it will want to return the element that matches that condition. Let me explain. The find method will run this predicate that we are talking about over each element of this array. And when that criteria we provide inside the function is true, then it will stop immediately and that item is the one that will be returned. For example, if we want to return a Pokemon that is of type Fire, we could do Pokemon and then Pokemon.type equal Fire. So if we do this, we can see that we are returning number 4, Charmander, which is of type Fire. This is basically the way you use this function, and also remember that it will only return one single value. If you want to get several of them that match this criteria, there is other methods for it. So, some key aspects to keep in mind is that we will always return the first element that returns true. So for example, if my condition is just true, we will return the first element because it was executed, we return true, therefore we stop the execution. So what happened, for example, if we want to get the second one, the Ivysaur? Ivysaur is of grass poison, but the same one as Bulbasaur. So if I try to do something like this, we'll see that this doesn't work. See, we are getting Bulbasaur. And what is the reason for that? Is because we have another one first. So we will need to specify more about our criteria in the predicate so we can get that one. For example, we could say in this case that if we want to find it, it should be one Pokemon that its number is number 2. So if we do that instead, we will get the element we want. Another scenario that we can encounter is the case where we are looking for something that doesn't exist in our list. For example, I could do some criteria like looking for a Pokemon number that doesn't exist on this list, for example 20. If that is the case, the find method is going to return undefined, and here I'm not printing the undefined value, but basically that's a result. So we find something, and if the criteria doesn't match, this is undefined. Actually, I could do something like this, undefined equal, and this is true because what we are returning in this site is undefined. Okay, that's perfect, but how actually the find method works? How can we implement something similar? Okay, that's very easy. If we want to do something like that, we will need to create a new function. For example, let's call it like custom find. And this function is gonna accept two parameters. First one could be the array and the second one the predicate. So as we said before, we want a function that is going to go and it's going to run through each one of these elements on the array. So to do that, we could do something like a for loop where we start running this at 0, and as long as the index is smaller than the total length of the array, we want it to keep it running, and we want to iterate to each one, so we're going to increment it every time we execute this function and in every iteration. Therefore, here the only thing I need to do is say if predicate, the function we are providing, passing as value, in this case the Pokemon, and this Pokemon would be the array, the current index. This means a specific element in the array, provided as a predicate. If this returns true, we want to stop the execution and then just return that value, just return that position of the array. And if it happens that we never match this condition, this will never be executed. Therefore, we will reach the end of the function. And remember, if we don't have any return here, it's like if we have return undefined, which is invisible and we don't need it. So basically, this would be our own function. And to prove that, we can, for example, get that query that was working here before, Ivysaur, and now I could run mine, and we should get the same. We could have the Pokédex here, and then I could provide my predicate and we see that we get the same twice. Awesome! So this is the way that find is done internally. Okay, and that's all. I hope you like it and you understand properly how the find method works now. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comments. And also, if you have enjoyed this video, please support me and support this channel by subscribing and smashing the like button. Bye, see you in the next one.